All right, here we go, guys. We're about to go on. Oh. Terrible timing. Oh, get in the car. It's too loud out there. We're on our way to Dworshak in Idaho. We have 5 hours and 23 minutes remaining on the drive. I just had to get the old NOS. It's time to hit it, you know? I don't want to hit it too early, but it's already 7 o'clock, and I do need to sleep pretty much right when I get there. So if I chug this now, I should be able to beeline straight all the way the remaining 309 miles all the way out to Idaho. And we're gonna go have a 2-day fishing trip, 2-day fishing tournament, 4-day fishing trip. I got 2 days of pre-fishing, and we got 2 days of fishing in the tournament. But I have an insane amount of driving to do, and it's getting late. I think if we just keep hauling butt right now, well, that's actually not bad. We'll get there at like 12:30. Actually, that's the time to get to Dworshak, the reservoir. There's like another 50 minutes to get to my campsite. So we gotta get moving. We can't be doing any more filming. I'll show you guys a little bit of stuff on the ride, but for the most part, I'm not trying to film and drive, so see you guys there. There's a really big bridge for being way out here. This is crazy. That was easy. Come check out my crib. Not bad. It took me like, I don't know, just like a minute to set up. That was pretty sweet. Two hours. That's what I just slept. 2 hours. I'm gonna put those down and then we're going fishing. Alrighty guys, good morning. Welcome to the Dworshak Reservoir. Here's what's going on. This is the first 2-day tournament that I've ever competed in, and we have 2 days to pre-fish. I have selected this location based off of some things that I saw on Google Maps that looked very promising, and decided it's where I'm going to start. And from the looks of things, everything is just way bigger than I thought or imagined. Just getting to the other side of the reservoir here is I didn't check the dimensions, but this lake's freaking humongous. This is no place for a little pedal kayak. I'm going to be put at a massive disadvantage for not having a motor at this tournament, for sure. There are 5 launch spots to pick from. I picked the one that is furthest to the north. And my biggest concern with this one is you have very low cell phone reception, and that was kind of a bit of a concern for me. I think it'll be good. I'm going to be fishing here the first day. Chris is going to join us tonight, and we're going to go, and I'd probably fish a different spot the next day, or we might just fish here again. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It all depends on how today goes. We got to figure out what the early morning bite is doing. I'm already an hour late, so we're going to get going to it right away. This you guys saw in my last video. a freaking 9-inch swim bait. And you might be thinking to yourself, uh-oh, Josh, don't do it again. You freaking did this at the last tournament. You threw a giant swim bait the whole time, and then you didn't catch anything. Shut up. I'm going to do it again. But I'm going to be a little bit more controlled about it this time. I think we're going to try to focus on, we have 2 days to fish in the spots, in the location that we want to be fishing at. So really, we just need to find a spot and see if we can get some bites. The water is not as clear as I thought it was going to be. Not anywhere close. To give you an idea of Dworshak Reservoir, it gets up to 600 feet deep out in the center. So we're going to kind of be hugging the shore with this glide bait here. I just want to see if we can... I'm not holding back for the pre-fishing days. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to come out here and fish at one of the greatest smallmouth fisheries in the entire planet. And I am not going to worry about catching a giant fish during practice. If I find a location that is holding fish, I'm not going to freaking beat it up or anything. But we're going for a big fish every day that we're out here, especially today. Especially this cast right here. The biggest thing that I'm hoping to do today is just cover water. And the reason I'm wanting to start with this glide bait is I want to see if there's going to be a big potential for a glide bait bite early on. I want to see if there's any giants that are coming up and feeding at this point. At the last time I went smallmouth fishing at my local lake, the fish were so post-spawn, they were just so weak and sick. Anytime you caught one, they were like, it seemed like they were barely going to make it. I'm hoping that they're not like that here. I'm hoping that it's really, maybe they're a little bit past that. From the looks of it, water temp is 69 degrees already. That's not bad, but that does give me a little bit of concern. I don't know where they're going to be with the spawn here. We're going to be rocking both of these combos right here. We're going to be throwing that a good chunk of the day. I have both of my bait casters on standby. We're going to be throwing this finesse jig. I had a lot of luck with that. Throwing this on some straight fluorocarbon. I'm seeing some fish down here on the fish finder. I am 100% certain they're smallmouth based on where they've been posted up. The water level is significantly higher than I was expecting. I thought the water level would be a lot lower, but not necessarily a bad thing. We're going to be taking turns for the most part. I want to be throwing the finesse jig quite a bit this morning. I want to be throwing the big glide bait quite a bit this morning. And then I also want to throw the tube. These are the lures that I am the most confident in and want to get a bite on the most. This is crazy, guys. I'm in Idaho right now. It might not seem that crazy to you, but man, I wanted to go on these big fishing trips and adventures so bad last year. And yeah, I don't know. I just told myself if I started making videos twice a week, maybe by next year, I might be able to have a monetized YouTube channel that would make these kind of trips happen. And here we are. We're freaking doing it. I can't... I only slept 2 hours last night, so I feel a little funny. I'm gonna nap big time when we get back. Nice, we got one. So small I could barely tell, but... Alright, our first Dworshak bass. Oh my god, what a giant. I'm starting to get some valuable information though. I think there's a million little fish of that size hanging up shallow. I think I'm just not fishing in the right depth. That is for sure. All right, how long? We've been out here for about an hour and a half. Maybe been fishing for about an hour. It's currently 7:07. Gotta kind of, be careful with how far. Oh, the sunshine feels good. Gotta be really careful with how far away I get from the launch. If you're not off the water at the off the water time, you are going to be disqualified from the tournament. I think it was pretty warm yesterday. I think it's going to be very hot today. If I want to take all the information that I know, I think it tells me I should be fishing the tube. I should do it off of these points, kind of like this one here. We're going to fish this tube right here on this point, and then we're going to move on to the next one. And we're just going to keep doing that. Got a nibble. Oh, that's it. Pretty cool to see the fish on the fish finder, chuck the lure down there, and then get bit though. That is fantastic. Kind of feel like it's not the quality fish that I'm looking for, but that is okay. Just want to kind of figure out as much as we can at this moment. I do feel like I'm about to go hard on throwing the tube right now though. Tournament fishing is crazy. It's so crazy, the mixture between throwing things that you should throw and you want to throw, and they're so different. I want to throw the big glide bait the entire day. Physically, I just couldn't throw it for 4 days straight. And like, I want to try a couple of them, I don't just want to try that one glide bait. I want to try the other ones I got too. The tube is fun though. I don't like anything that I see in there right now. We're going to make a small run. I want to cover more water than we're covering. It's crazy. Just to get to the other side of the lake would be an insane endeavor. But I'm pondering it. Probably on the way back, that would make sense, Fish this side on the way here, fish that side on the way back. Yeah, I think we probably stick to what we know. Underspin and tube are the two smallmouth lures I should be sticking to. I said it out loud. I think at this point, I kind of just want to see about getting on some more numbers again. I think there's just a bunch of sharp rocks down there. Look what it's doing to my line. You see that? It's just like shredded it. I kind of think maybe the best call is to kind of fish with the finesse jig up shallow. Just freaking cover a bunch of water on my way. Yeah, like maybe we just cover water going one way with the finesse jig, and on the way back, when it gets hotter in the day, we use the tube on the way back. There we go. That's one of the right ones. Okay. Unscoreable fish number 3. 12 inches is the minimum. Maybe I should be paying attention to that. I think as long as I just kind of keep at it, this should eventually produce a better sized fish. Oh boy, that felt like a much bigger bite. I think we just found ourselves a little freaking spot, you guys. A little spot of dinks. All right, little bud. Well, another Dworshak bass. Here's my guess. My guess is we could catch these little males up here, up shallow, all day. But I think if we find any sort of big structure, like a big down tree or something, I try to fish as close to that as I can. I think it probably would produce a bigger fish eventually. Well, I don't think I've caught a single 12-inch fish yet. It might be close though. All right, we just covered an enormous amount of water. We got so many little dinks. Those don't have any sort of value for us. I think they're all 8 to 10 inches. Maybe 1 or 2 might have been 12 inches. But that is most definitely not what we're here for. And since I'm not entirely sure where we're going to be pre-fishing tomorrow, I think my best bet is to go and try fishing the pylons of this giant bridge. So we're going to go do that. And then we'll focus fishing just kind of in that area, I guess. Oh boy, I massively underestimated the distance to getting to this bridge. It's a long ways away. I gotta start questioning whether this is even possible now at this point. It's about 2 miles. If I do 4 miles an hour, I can get there in 30 minutes. We gotta get there, we gotta fish, and we gotta GTFO. And then when I get back, I'm gonna shower, and I'm gonna eat something, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. One nice thing about the bridge and fishing is that I think on a hot day, this is probably one of the best spots. I don't even think I could think of a better spot to come fish than this bridge. At Umatilla, the spinnerbait was playing big. I think I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is 100 times harder to fish than I thought. I've never dropped a lure down to 140 feet before. I don't even know if I need to, based off of the fact I just got bit at like... I don't think they're that deep. So we're gonna try the underspin and see what that does. All right, we're moving to the other pillar. I feel like the underspin and the tube both had the potential to get a bite. Probably should have tried the heavier tube, but I don't know. Kind of just don't have time. Kind of gotta just get over this last pylon, throw this underspin in the tube a couple times, see if we get any big fish. All right, we got maybe 20 minutes or so to fish on the side. I kind of used too much time on the other side just because I got a couple bites and I was like just trying to lock one of them down. Time for the tube. Let's see how it does. On the drop. You are not the Dworshak fish I'm here for, bud. There you go, bud. I think it's time we get the heck out of here. We have a long ways to go. Pre-fishing days are fun because they're just pre-fishing days. I'm really out here trying to, just as much as I'm trying to catch fish and find out where fish are, I'm also trying to find out where they're not. And yeah, we succeeded in that today. We know where they're not now. That going to the bridge and fishing that for both days of the tournament would probably be a solid strategy. I bet you could spend the entire tournament fishing both of those pillars. And I bet anyone that does fish those pillars is going to do very well in the tournament. That is what I think. I think I need to put a heavier tube head on, and I'm going to need to fish at a much deeper depth tomorrow. And then I also want to take, I feel like we got to go to the other launch spot. That feels pretty set in stone at this point. So that's the plan. That's the plan. That's the plan I'll be pushing on Chris tomorrow. He's going to arrive late tonight. Right now, I'm just going to see if I can get back to the launch in time so I don't get disqualified. And then I'm going to pack up my stuff, bring it back to camp, and I'm gonna do everything I can to clean up, cool off, and nap. And that's pretty much it. What was that? Yeah, it wasn't great, but I learned a lot of stuff of what not to do tomorrow, so that's good.